Welcome back, focused learners. Today's explainer is all about the grand reveal. And let me tell you, we are diving into something absolutely massive. We're looking at a recently released, completely comprehensive roster titled the Princess Heartline Third Batch. The source material presents this extensive catalog of names, and we are going to break down exactly who made the cut and how the document categorizes this giant group of personalities. So let's get right into it. Now, before we drop any names, I want you to just take a second to let this number sink in. 168. We aren't looking at some small ensemble or a localized group here. The source material has literally compiled 168 distinct individuals into one single batch. As we go through this explainer today, keep that sheer volume in the back of your mind. It really represents a highly specific and honestly unusually huge curation of public figures all grouped together in one release. So who's setting the stage for all this? Well, according to the document, this entire compilation is organized specifically for the 20th Congress of the Philippines. The document lists Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano and House Speaker Boji Dai as the official organizers. The source explicitly ties this massive gathering of 168 names directly to these political figures and the upcoming congressional term. To make sense of it all, the roster is broken down into a kind of red carpet crescendo. It's divided systematically into 4 distinct VIP waves. First up, we've got the frontliners taking up 48 spots. Then we flow right into the core with another 48. After that, we hit the veterans and final additions with 48 more. And to cap it all off, a special section called the favorites holds the final 24 spots. Let's zoom in and see exactly how these curated waves are composed, shall we? Wave number 1, the frontliners, featuring the featured and main rosters. Kicking things off with the featured roster. This gives us our first 24 names. And wow, they really brought out the big guns to establish a baseline here. The document prominently highlights well-known actresses and media personalities like Catherine Bernardo, Liza Soberano, and Ivana Alawi. Rather than listing off every single individual, the key takeaways here is just the sheer concentrated star power gathered on this single page. The organizers clearly wanted to group these prominent figures together, leveraging high-profile recognition to lead off the third batch's documentation. And the momentum keeps rolling right into the main names. The source adds another 24 individuals here to complete the frontliner block. This segment continues the trend with figures like Andrea Berlantes, AC Bonifacio, and Zaire Menabat. What really stands out in this specific grouping is the transition we see. We're moving from deeply established household names to highly active current stars and rising digital personalities. This brings our initial count to 48 individuals, specifically categorized at the very front of this congressional event list. Part 2, the core, which includes the official and extended lists. Honestly, with this many VIPs, you kind of have to wonder how big the physical stage at the 20th Congress needs to be to fit everybody. All right, so the roster expands even further into what the organizers titled the official list. Adding another 24 names, this section broadens the scope of the curation significantly. The source material includes personalities like Atasha Mulak, Kaori Onyuma, and Yuki Takahashi. We're seeing a very deliberate, fascinating mix here. Talent agency members, pageant participants, and social media influencers are all being cataloged together in this middle segment, which really demonstrates the wide recruitment net they cast. Wrapping up the core section, we seamlessly flow into the extended roster, pulling in another 24 names. The demographics here really showcase the sheer volume of the organizers' efforts, bringing in figures like Isabel Ortega, Angelina Cruz, and Nancy Jewel McDonough. By folding these names into the mix, the document significantly widens the variety of media backgrounds represented. It firmly establishes the unprecedented breadth of this curation, and just like that, our running total is nearing 100 names. Let's take a quick breather and visualize where we stand, because we just crossed a huge milestone. We're officially past the halfway point. 96 names have been categorized within the frontliners and core sections, but according to the source document, there are still 72 individuals remaining to be introduced in the final 2 waves of this massive rollout. Part 3, the veterans and final additions. Now, as we step into the legacy roster, the document introduces a really unusual mix of demographics. It's a deliberate, steady progression of established fan favorites, but you'll notice the organizers have listed veteran adult actresses alongside child celebrities and very young minors. For instance, you have established adult figures grouped in the exact same category as child stars like Jonna Agancillo and Kendra Kramer. The source material places all of these varying age groups uniformly together under this official 20th Congress umbrella, despite the stark contrast in their actual ages and respective career stages. And here we are at the capstone of the official organizer-curated lists, the final roster. Continuing the pattern we saw in the previous list, this section also features a wide and somewhat perplexing age range. The organizers place very young child actors like Shia Vigor and Zia Dantes right alongside adult personalities such as Miles Ocampo and Broxy Bayans. It is a highly unconventional curation strategy, uniformly merging completely distinct generations of public figures into one singular categorical block for this event.
Part 4. The Personal Touch. My Favorites Collection.
So the source document actually makes a really interesting final distinction. It playfully separates the official final roster that we just looked at from a uniquely curated favorites collection to round out the 168 names. While the first 144 names were categorized under standard structural waves, this final block is explicitly separated. It's labeled as a customized, personal selection by the organizers to complete the entire batch. And here they are, the final 24 spots landing the plane on this incredible 168-member batch. Categorized under this specialized favorites roster, the source rounds out the total count with some absolute standouts, ranging from Zainab Harake and Gabby Garcia to Kylan Alcantara and Cassie Legaspi. This completes the comprehensive categorization of the entire third batch exactly as the organizers have structured and presented it in the primary document. We've officially made it through the whole list. But as we wrap up, this source material leaves us with a massive 168-name roster, yet surprisingly little context. So what does this all actually mean? What is the functional intent behind gathering this specific, wide-ranging list of adult women and young children for the 20th Congress? Why this precise curation by these specific political organizers? That is the real question to ponder after seeing this incredible grand reveal. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Stay curious, and I'll see you next time.